Are you ready for a 2026 retirement shocker that could quietly steal your savings? Today, we're going to expose how a seemingly harmless 2.4% inflation rate can silently dismantle your retirement plans, especially if you're planning to retire around 2026. This is Finance Prime US, your briefing room for serious retirees who care about real numbers, not headlines. Inflation today is being reported at around 2.4%. On TV, it sounds comforting. Inflation is back under control. The worst is over. But if you are 55, 60, or already in your 60s and aiming for retirement in or around 2026, that low 2.4% is not harmless. It is a slow, persistent, and compounding threat to your purchasing power. In other words, a stealth tax on your life savings. Let's start with the basics. Inflation simply means your money buys less over time. The same $100 that fills your grocery cart today will not fill it in 5 or 10 years. Now, 2.4% may sound small, especially compared to the 8 to 9% spikes we saw after the pandemic. But retirement is not a one-year project. It's a 15 to 25-year journey for most people. Over that kind of timeline, even low inflation becomes very dangerous. Now let's put numbers on this. Imagine you have a $500,000 retirement nest egg in 2026. With inflation running at 2.4% per year, compounded over 10 years, you would need roughly $640,000 just to maintain the same standard of living. That's about a 27% loss of purchasing power. On paper, your account balance might still look impressive. In reality, what it can buy is shrinking year after year. Look at your monthly budget. Suppose today your retirement budget looks like this. Groceries, $800. Utilities, phone, internet, $300. Housing costs, $2,000. Healthcare out of pocket, $500. Total, $3,600 per month. With persistent 2.4% inflation over several years, those same line items can slowly creep up. Groceries move toward $900 plus. Utilities and services rise to $340 plus. Housing drifts to $2,200 plus. Healthcare edges toward $570, $600. Now your monthly budget is in the $4,000 plus range, without any upgrade in lifestyle. Just the cost of standing still. And then there is Social Security. Yes, it has cost of living adjustments, or COLAs, but those adjustments often lag behind the real inflation experienced by seniors, especially in healthcare, housing, and services. You might see a 2 to 3% Social Security increase on paper, while your real-world expenses are rising 4 to 5% in critical categories. Each year, that gap widens. So why is 2.4% inflation so dangerous? First, it creates deceptive comfort. When the media says, inflation is under control, most retirees relax. High inflation scares people into action. Low inflation lulls them into inaction. The damage continues quietly in the background. Second, compounding is working against you. If your safe investments are earning 4% and inflation is 2.4%, your real return is only around 1.6% before taxes. Over a 20-year retirement, that small difference can mean the loss of tens of thousands of dollars in real spending power. Third, retirees who are heavily in cash, CDs, savings accounts, and short-term fixed income are the most vulnerable. Their account balances appear stable, but silently, every year, those dollars buy a little less. And finally, if you are retiring in 2026, your timing risk is high. You have limited years left to adjust your plan, and you are facing both market sequence risk and ongoing inflation at the same time. That combination can drain a nest egg faster than many people expect. Many financial analysts warn that the real danger is not the inflation number itself, but the way people ignore it over a 15 to 20-year retirement. As one expert put it, Even 2% inflation can cut your purchasing power by 40% over time if you don't plan for it. So here is the key takeaway. Do not dismiss 2.4% inflation as no big deal. For a 2026 retiree, it is a real and significant threat to your long-term standard of living. You need proactive planning, budget adjustments, smarter asset allocation, and a clear strategy to protect your purchasing power. Now I want to hear from you. How do you see inflation affecting your retirement plans? Have you adjusted your strategy, or are you still assuming that low inflation means you're safe? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe to Finance Prime US, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned. In an upcoming video, we'll walk through practical inflation hedging strategies and ways to protect your 2026 retirement from this silent 2.4% inflation tax. Stay informed. Stay protected. This is Finance Prime US.